Hello, boys and girls, guys and gals. Today we are talking about one of the best adventure survival games, Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I almost just called it Drake's Fortune because he is the fortunate love child of Lara Croft and Indiana Jones. You see, this game was made by the studio known as Naughty Dog. Yes, the Naughty Dog behind all of the great games that you've played, such as Jak and Daxter, and the game studio that just keeps on banging out the same god dang Last of Us remasters over and over again. They're becoming the Bethesda of Sony when they should be remaking this game. This game right here. This game's fantastic. They also need to remake both Jak 1, Jak 2, and Jak 3 because I like all of those games. I find them incredibly fun. But I find this to be one of their masterpieces. This series in general. I haven't played all of them. I've only played the first game and some of the fourth, but I have played all the way through the fourth game. And if you're worried about spoilers, well, some of the screen capturing you're seeing here is from the latter half of the game. So if you haven't played this game, even though it's been out for like God knows how long, since the PlayStation 3, God, that was a crappy machine. But anyways, this game has been out for a while. If you need it, here's a spoiler warning. Don't whine at me in the comments. I don't care. But Uncharted is a fantastic game. It takes the idea of Lara Croft and Indiana Jones and basically those two, mashes them into one character because it gets rid of the hat, gets rid of the whip, removes the tits, adds a penis for Lara, and it makes a good game. This game is fantastic. Now, the shooting never feels as good, I would say, as the modern Lara Croft games, but I haven't played the games that came out in the same time period as the modern Lara Croft games for the Uncharted series, so hell, maybe they improved it to a point. But for the most part, it looks a little goofy when he's shooting. It's just the character animations look a little goofy, and it might be just a thing of the times, I guess, because most games of this time period looked a little goofy, and I'll give it a pass for that, because when it comes down to actual mechanics, it's very, very fun. The shooting feels fluid, the gameplay is mobile, in the goddamn style of this game. I mean, even when you pick up like the relics look cool, because this game is by the numbers. It seems like Sony went over to Naughty Dog, said, hey jabroni, check this out. We know that we don't have the rights to Tomb Raider, even though for years we've been pretending that one of our titles is Tomb Raider. That's the same problem we ran into with Crash Bandicoot, and we didn't buy you guys until after that happened. So now we need our own launch guy. We need somebody other than old Kratos to sell our systems. So they created Nathan Drake, basically Lara Croft, and put him in a little world where he got into his own shenanigans. And couldn't have been any better for it. This game series is by far super beloved. The story is great. And hot take here, even this first game I think has a little bit better climbing mechanics than almost any other survival style game of this time period. Now, the set pieces I think are good in this game. I don't think they're as good as the modern Lara Croft games. I think that the modern Lara Croft games really kind of take the cake when it comes to death animations and set pieces, but this game has some good set pieces, but this is a safer version of this style of gameplay. This wasn't trying to break the mold by any means. It was trying to take what was already established in this genre, kind of press it out on its little ironing board and get a system seller for PlayStation, because the PlayStation 3 era was in some dire straits. Nobody wanted that shit. It sucked. Xbox 360 was the place to go, and I know you PlayStation fanboys are going to be in my comments. The PlayStation 3 era was so much better. I sit at home, open up my PlayStation 3 Slim, take out my penis, edge myself onto it, and then fill the disc tray. I don't care what you do in your free time. I'm just keeping it at $1.50. The Xbox 360 era was better, in my opinion, but there was some bangers to come out from PlayStation. Too bad PlayStation's online sucked donkey dick. My bad. I can't go back in time and fix that, but I can tell you how great of a game Uncharted is. I mean, from the visuals, like every biome you face in this game feels fresh, unique, even though you spend a lot of times in very similar styled areas. Like, you got your forest, because the whole game takes place on an island. That, like all adventure games, you're going to spend most of your time in the same island. You're not going to be like scouring the world every single game. Most of the time, you scour the world at the beginning, you get to the place, you go through the ruins, you kill some stuff, supernatural shit happens, rinse and repeat. That is the genre. It will always be the genre. Sometimes they add monsters in it and become survival horror. That is the base principle line of this shit. And if you want it to be a shooter, you put the shit on easy. That is how it has always been, how it will always be. And this game, for its ups and downs, it does have some stuff I don't like when it comes to the shooting. One thing in particular, I don't know what it is about picking up different guns in a survival horror style game. I don't mind it, I don't hate it. I think that you should be able to carry more than two, and if you do have to carry two, I don't think you should be forced to always carry the same pistol and a goddamn rifle. Let me carry a shotgun and a machine gun. I don't know how many goddamn times in this game that I got stuck having to choose between picking up the sniper rifle to deal with the snipers, and then, oh, but I need a machine gun so I can clear away the guys pushing after me, and instead of being able to carry both of those different styles of weapons, I had to choose between them and then be stuck with a goddamn pistol I rarely ever used until I ran out of ammo. That is super infuriating to me, especially when it comes to like the climbing and the exploration of this game, and the actual moment-to-moment combat is absolutely phenomenal. But the fact that it will never in my mind, kind of hit that peak to where I think it's better than Lara Croft is just because, one, I'm staring at a dude's ass. And even though it's flat and he's got broad shoulders and he looks like the dude who played Angel in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that's kind of cool to me, it's never going to be as nice as staring at them birthing hips. And two, the fact that I have to choose between or I can't get rid of the pistol and get a shotgun or a machine gun and run a sniper rifle at the same time. I mean, Call of Duty was doing that at this time. Why am I forced to use this goddamn pistol? I don't want to use it. There's nothing that makes me want to use it, especially when I get into these really, really hectic shootouts like I am right here. So, for me, this is one of the biggest gripes of this game. It made it the combat kind of a slog. At times, because I'm stuck trying to make these decisions on which gun I want to pick up and leave behind, and I'm constantly running out of ammo and switching guns, which is fine to me. I don't mind that. But when I could be running two guns and really kind of pushing up and feeling a little more like the adventure I should feel like, instead I'm kind of hanging back all the time, which is fine, but it just kind of gets you pigeonholed a lot of times. And I think that if you remade this game, listen to me, Naughty Dog, you stupid ass pieces of shit, this game needs a remake. I'm sorry. Last of Us Part 2 does not need a remaster. Nobody gives a shit. That game sucked to begin with. It wasn't fun. This is a fun game. This was something you did right. You didn't beat your main character's head in with a golf club in this game. Why don't you remake this? Then you can remake the other Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. Wow, those games actually deserve a remake remaster. Oh, look at that, Jak and Daxter exists. Why don't you go remake those, you stupid fucks? Because instead of remaking them yourself, you had Bluepoint remaster these. And I can't understand why your whole studio has just diluted to the point where all you do is Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2 shit, when you have this whole catalog of IPs. It's garbage. It's trash. Especially when there's things that I really love in this game, and I know that if it had a remake, it would sell like hotcakes. I would be there day one, dick in hand, ready to buy it, because I'm had a blast with this game, but I can see the cracks in it. And even though I love this game, and I'm willing to overlook those just out of enjoyment of the story, of the crazy stabbing each other in the back and twists and turns of the narrative, I'm willing to be there. With the climbing mechanics being so great, I'm going to push through this game in a couple different playthroughs, and because I like it that much. But when I look at how janky it is, and then I see that all you keep doing is remaking The Last of Us 1, remastering The Last of Us Part 2, why aren't you taking care of these games? And that is the main issue I have when I start to think about how I like this game, is the fact that I like it, but I can tell Naughty Dog doesn't give an absolute flaming shit about it. And to me, that puts a stinker on this game. Not the game itself, but like the whole air around it. It's sitting there pristine on its little thing, ready for Indiana Jones to switch it with a bag of sand. But instead of it being in like an old tomb, it's in the middle of a sewer. And that's just how I feel about it. But anyways, guys, I love this game. Get the Uncharted collection or the Drake collection, whatever it's called. It is totally worth it. Tons of fun. Leave a like and a comment. I'm out.